So the NBA draft is coming up, and it's one of the most popular things to talk about in the NBA. Now, even though this NBA season ended, NBA is still very popular. And even though lots of people might say AJ DeBonsa is going to be picked first, I have a different opinion. So first up, with the first pick, the Washington Wizards. Basically the top two picks you can choose this draft is between the AJ DeBonsa and Darren Peterson. Now, I know lots of people are going to say, oh, easily AJ DeBonsa. However, the Wizards, they already have Trae Young and Anthony Davis. If you see here, Trae Young is already at the point guard position, but Anthony Davis can play both small forward, power forward, and center. All three positions he can play. He's basically an all-around player. And Darren Peterson is actually a perfect fit going into shooting guard. Think of Trae Young and Darren Peterson. Darren Peterson's shooting is actually not bad. And if you think about it, they can actually become kind of like Splash Brothers, except for one is in his 30s and one is in his 20s. But that's not really important. And also, I have a feeling that AJ DeBonsa, since he went to BYU, which is in Utah, he's probably wanting to get picked by the Jazz instead of the Wizards. And the Jazz, they also have Lauri Markkanen and Jaren Jackson Jr. And he can Keontae George as well. And since AJ DeBonsa is an all-around player, he's a perfect fit for the Utah Jazz. The third pick is going to be between Cameron Boozer and Caleb Wilson. Now, I know that Cameron Boozer, he is a Duke player. Duke has some pretty good history. However, I just feel like Cameron Boozer is a boring type of player. Think of him like a Kawhi Leonard type who we know is good, but he just doesn't seem to impress us very much. And Caleb Wilson, when I watch him play, when Cam Boozer scores, it's just not a really big deal. However, when Caleb Wilson scores, he always scores it in dramatic fashion. So I feel like Caleb Wilson is more worthy than Cameron Boozer. So I predict that the Memphis Grizzlies, with the third overall pick, will select Caleb Wilson. However, Cameron Boozer is too big of a talent to pass up. So I'm pretty sure that the Chicago Bulls will take him at the number 4 overall pick. The fifth pick, in my opinion, is pretty, how do I explain it? There's, multiple guys the Clippers can choose. They got the pick from the Indiana Pacers. It's kind of crazy how to think that the second worst team in the NBA gets only the 5th pick. That's insane. But anyways, in my opinion, I kind of think that Keaton Wagler is a good fit. I know Darius Acuff Jr. His draft, his worthiness of the draft is going up. But Keaton Wagler, the Clippers, they already have Darius Garland. But if they get Darius Acuff Jr., coincidence, their first names are both Darius. But if they draft Darius Acuff Jr., where does Darius Garland go? They're gonna have to either trade a young, talented Garland, or draft another Darius. Basically, it's gonna be tough. But with Keaton Wagler around, he's gonna be a perfect fit with Kawhi, and they're gonna be building. And then the Clippers, I see with a bright future, revolving around Keaton Wagler and Kawhi Leonard. Next up, with the 6th pick, I just feel like it's between it's the Brooklyn Nets choice. I mean, like, they already have Michael Porter Jr. And in my opinion, I just feel like Darius Acuff is just too good to pass up now. I mean, like, I know there's lots of Nets guards that they don't really need right now. However, like, but like, even if they draft Darius Acuff, like, where do these guys go? Like, I mean, like, I feel bad for them. Like, they just make it to the NBA just to, like, not even be an important part. Like, and then they're gonna become free agents though. But if they're a free agent, they're probably gonna sign with a really good team though. And I think that they probably gonna need to trade Michael Porter Jr. Like, I mean, he's a bucket, but like he hogs the ball a lot. I mean, like, that's why they waived Cam Thomas. Like, if you waive Cam Thomas, why can't you waive Michael Porter Jr.? So if you waive him, then Michael Brown Jr. is going to be a really good replacement. And in my opinion, I think Michael Brown Jr. is a better player to build around than Michael Porter Jr. So you can trade Michael Porter Jr. to wherever team you want and get small guard. I just feel like, and also the things take time. So if you're a Nets, so if the Nets guards, and they might not win a championship next year, but they'll have a really bright future. But man, like, Darius Acuff Jr., he's not getting picked any later than the 7th pick. Like, it's pretty clear that the Sacramento Kings, they also need a guard. And next year, Zach LaVine's also going to be a lot healthier. And with revolving around the Kings, they also have a really bright future. They might win their first championship within the next 20 years, especially with a guard like Darius Acuff Jr. I'm pretty sure that Kingston Flemings is going to the Hawks because, like, this dude, he might not get a lot of blocks per game, but his steals are like, he averaged 1.5 steals per game in Houston. So, in my opinion, I think it would be a really good fit for the defense. And it's going to be really tough to score on the Hawks. Now, I know that the Dallas Mavericks would probably like to have Nate Ament. He's solid and he can help Cooper Flag around. However, it's just the turnovers. Like, he can't really, like, he averaged 2.3 in Tennessee. So I think the Mavericks are better off with Braden Burries. Speaking of Burries, he's a really sharp shooter. He's like in college, he shot lights out, especially in that game against Purdue. And I think he'll be a perfect fit for the Mavericks. But I also think Nate Ament is going to the Bucks. I mean, like, his stats are really solid, but I just feel like they don't need another big. But I just feel like Nate Ament, he's going to help their offense. Because the Bucks, like, their games have been pretty low scoring recently. So, like, they need an offensive boost. Because, like, Giannis might leave, and so they probably need a really big replacement. Nate Ament is very athletic. He's a very perfect replacement. And finally, last but not least, I'm going. The Warriors. They need someone tall. Like, they need a center. Like, their lineup is like so short for some reason. Like, bro, like, I don't know, man. But A.J. Mara from Michigan is going to help them a lot. So, yeah, that concludes my top 11 picks for the NBA draft. And subscribe for part 2.